Human Performance Technology Research Project. My name is Marilyn Andrews. This is the School of Education with Liberty University, and this is for the course 732. What is human performance technology? Well, there are several different definitions based on research. One of the major definitions found by Kang and Melinda of 2018 is that human performance technology is a systematic process of discovering and analyzing important human performance gaps, planning for future improvements in human performance, and designing and developing cost-effective and ethically justifiable interventions to close performance gaps, implementing the interventions, and evaluating the financial and non-financial results. Although the true definition of human performance technology is dependent on the context it is used and the language it is used in that context. The human performance technology model is divided into several phases, including analysis, intervention, and evaluation. Earlier research does show that the system does seek to improve terms of achievement in values, although there are conflicting definitions as it relates to human performance technology, and it is dependent on the individual and the field to which it is being applied. Key attributes of HPT, human performance technology, is once again dependent on the interpretation of language in its context. The research of Kang and Melinda listed 15 key attributes of HPT. Of those attributes are focusing on outcomes, systematic, systemic, study, ethical practice, open to all means, organization, analysis, intervention, selection, design, development, implementation, evaluation, effectiveness, and improving overall productivity. As you can see, we have a model down here. We have phase 1 of analysis, phase 2 of intervention, and phase 3 of evaluation. The outcomes, systematic and systemic. Based on 15 key attributes listed, there were 3 attributes. The first 3 attributes, focusing on outcomes, systematic, and systemic, show similarity in research conducted in 1999 by Stolovich and Keeps. Kang and Melinda 2018 states that the focus should be on performance rather than instruction or training. The systematic approach is nonlinear, and this the systemic approach is nonlinear, seeks to view problems in their entirety while making connections, and the systematic approach is linear and goes by a step-by-step guide to connect the dots as far as instructional design, including the phases of IDT, which are analysis, implementation, and evaluation. HPT, once again, is a misinterpretation in language. Research conducted stated that when a comparison is made between a top performer and a mediocre performer, the practices of the mediocre performer should be followed, as top performers are often found cheating on their jobs, have poor job measurements, boss suck-ups, or overworking to get ahead. And so HPT seeks to pretty much provide clarity as it relates to performance gaps. B.F. Skinner, behavioral theorist, sought to put into practice the methods of HPT by using 2 test pigeons. He took a desired task, broke it up into easily digestible tasks, much like the method used by B.F. Skinner. Instructional designers or online instructors seek to dissect content for the sake of learning as an overall HPT method of improving performance. Human performance technology in education. Human performance can be applied to varying disciplines. Education is one, and it is commonly found in. They extend far beyond the corporate world, the concepts of HPT. The methodology or practice of HPT is used within the field of education as a means of closing achievement gaps for learners. Depending on your position, HPT can be applied within any educational or organization setting. While the definition, once again, is dependent on context, the same methods regarding systematic and systemic evaluation processes are still able to achieve the same outcome or similar outcomes. The use of educational technology in training or teaching environments can be leveraged for a student's overall experience. There are mixed views as it relates to overall learning results when integrating educational technology within classrooms. Kidd and Sung of 2010 suggests discrepancies in views as it relates to instructional design theory and a comparison made of traditional instructional design theory to the online learning environment versus new instructional design theory. Some believe that traditional instructional design models can be universally applied to any online or offline learning program. Others argue that traditional IDT models may not fit present-day e-learning models due to the rigidity of online learning. HPT, online versus the traditional classroom. A non-traditional classroom may rely heavily on the use of educational technology, and the learner has more control over their learning. While human performance technology, or HPT, can be applied to any learning environment, the learner has more autonomy when applied to an online learning environment. And once again, the analysis, intervention, and evaluation phases are used in those online environments. So for online classrooms and the use of educational technology through the implementation of HPT, there are many factors that affected student learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Of those key factors, it was determined that learning loss was one of the primary areas to which needed to be addressed. Learning loss during the pandemic can be attributed to ill-designed online courses, instructor quality, student expectations, and student feedback. To close this achievement gap, there were several theoretical frameworks that were applied. Within the framework, there were there were several approaches applied within one theoretical framework. And those approaches included mastery approach, mastery avoidance, performance approach, and performance avoidance. To close that overall achievement gap. Open educational resources. Open educational resources are instructional materials to which are considered free to users at a particular university. Within research conducted by Thompson and Alvarado of 2020, the university sought to convert their hard copy educational resources used by instructors or students to open educational resources online. There were several setbacks that were found in this process. However, there were also a HPT model used to apply to pretty much iron out those setbacks. And of those, the following steps were taken, which is systematic performance analysis, needs assessments, intervention design, and evaluation. And although there were initial setbacks in the beginning, they did find success at the end of that research. HPT in healthcare, once again, can be applied to numerous disciplines. Students within a nursing program, within the research of Hopper and Zaborowski of 2018, found that a lot of the methods used to train nurses were quite similar to the methods used in the HPT model in educational training settings. There were a lot of similarities as far as the goals, the training background, and the work environment. Those are different. However, there were a lot of similarities as far as the methods applied. As far as the assessment, diagnosis, outcomes, planning, implementation, and evaluations. Those are a lot of steps that you can find in the HPT model, as well as the IDT, instructional design and technology model. Design thinking and customer service, once again, can be used in a wide range of disciplines. There are 6 steps to improving overall customer experience. Determining the need or opportunity, determining cause, designing solutions, implementation and evaluation, and implementing solutions and evaluating results and impact. Each step is systematic and they build off of one another. Student performance and satisfaction online. Once again, research by Ram Gopal et al. 2021. Looked into student satisfaction during the COVID-19 pandemic. Learning loss was addressed. During the pandemic, learning loss could be attributed to ill-designed online courses, instructor quality, and student expectations and feedback. Student performance was also weighed based on web applications, modern web-based classrooms, and student environment. Virtual communities and HPT. It's important to create opportunities for engagement and development in HPT within virtual communities, either in education or in the business setting. Online participants or members can access meaningful content through educational technology while navigating their personal, educational, or business ventures. Human performance technology is focused on analysis of the performance improvement process, which begins with the comparison of the present and desired levels of individual and organizational performance. High-performing organizations, or HPOs, embrace innovation in technology through virtual trainings. Leadership in HPT. The role of a principal or organizational leader benefits from HPT being applied within their school settings. Organizational leaders wear a wide range of hats, and so the use of human performance technologies helps principals or organizational leaders monitor work streams, track attendance, or overall school performance. Web applications, once again, similar to the leadership slide, web applications and HPT makes information accessible to its users when being applied to an organization or a business related setting. Web applications can be used as tools to avoid pitfalls in learning and to also address learning loss. Using the HPT model, research found 6 key components that influence performance gaps, including information resources, motivation, knowledge, capacity, and motives. Once again, applications like Google Plus can be accessed and are easily accessible for its users in the work environment or in the online learning environment. And integrating that with the HPT model has great benefits for its learners. HPT is evolving EdTech in 21st century teaching. The field of human performance is one that is ever evolving due to the complexity of its systematic approaches. However, in the field of education and business, there are common grounds as closing achievement gaps are the common goal. The integration of educational technology into curriculum has created ease for many educators in the areas of collecting student data, developing and administering tests and quizzes, tracking student progress and performance, and communicating with students and parents. Students are now able to choose their learning platforms that cater to their individual needs best. These educational technologies offer students live streaming, video lessons, on-demand access, discussion boards, and podcast abilities. From Gupta of 2022. From a teaching perspective, educational technology has closed many gaps that educators faced in the traditional classroom. These barriers include collection and management of student data, planning and scheduling, developing, administering tests and quizzes, and tracking student progress and performance. The presence of EdTech has closed learning and performance gaps for both educators and students alike. HPT and human learning. HPT is continuously evolving. Technology will have the greatest impact on human learning through the evolution in human capacity and will be required to stay ahead of technology advancements. Researchers are seeking to improve AI machine learning and to which will become more human than human themselves. However, there's an argument that ed tech is not replacing humans, but is making humans technology, so making humans aware of how to use technology. The research provided by Bass of 2018 utilizes the HPT model once again, and there are 5 interrelated moves in which higher education institutions can take to move towards educational technology in higher ed, including improving student learning with data and communication, helping students learn critically about data and technology, teaching the relationships between humans and technology, and focusing on well-being with technology use and putting humans at the center of technology by increasing human capacity. That is from Bass of 2018. Once again, here are my resources from this project, the HPT project, and I hope you enjoyed listening and have a great day.